Hey guys, it's MMD Cards back at it again with another video, and today we have a Collecticon Orlando 2024 prep video. So the things that we're going to be going over today is what cards am I bringing, why I'm bringing them and these specific cards, what are my goals for the show, and what am I buying, what am I selling. Few different points are going to be made here about specifically what I'm bringing for this particular show. And of course, it's going to be a lot of Sword and Shield alt arts. Everyone knows they're booming right now. They're out of control. And if I'm going to give my honest opinion, it's a little bit scary how high they're getting. And I kind of want to consolidate a little bit. So, here we have a couple of stacks, and we're going to slowly go through the cards that I'm bringing. There's probably about 30 cards here. We'll probably have anywhere between 350 to 400 slabs. So these are just, the top 30 or the nice 30 alt arts that we're going to have. So the first thing that I'm probably going to want to move over there is the sequential Luigi's in PSA 10. I love these cards, but I cannot hold high value cards. It's just not me. It's like these are way too expensive for me to have. So these are something I'm gonna be looking to maybe trade out of, but most likely sell. Hey, if you like the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thank you. Back to the video. And yes, that was a page out of K-Drill's book, if for my League of Legends fans out there. See ya. A couple other notable cards that aren't Pokemon is going to be the Ace in English, the manga, PSA 10. One of the Zoros, PSA 10 in English. We were able to trade out of the other Zoro. We did get pretty good trade value, so I was really happy with that. Luffy from 01, pre-errata, alternate leader, and also a PSA 10. And then we have a Errata Law alt leader from 01. Unfortunately, it's a PSA 9, but still a really cool card. A couple other things we want to go over is that we will be in section 57. So come say hello. Our section is going to be loaded with One Piece. It's going to be loaded with some pretty cool Pokemon. So just come by, check it out, say hi. There we go. We'll go through a couple more cards here. We have a BGS 9, Charizard alt. Charizard alt in a 10. Brilliant. Starmie. The T-Tar. Battle Styles. First time owning this card actually is YouTube in a PSA 9. Really cool card. I didn't know that the holo foil was this shiny, so it's pretty cool. And then a couple of golds from Crown Zenith, a 9 and a 10. So why am I bringing all of these cards with me? That was a point that I was trying to make earlier, is that it's sort of too high. I do think it's in a bubble. I'm going to be completely honest on this channel. I'm not going to try to hype anything up. I'm not going to try to do anything for my own benefit, even though I'm a small channel to begin with. But I think it's in a bubble, and I think everything is a little bit too high. So now would be a great time to sell. I don't know how long this bubble is going to last, but we're going to try to take what we can right now and see what happens in the next few months. What am I going to be looking to buy? So definitely want to pick up some more alt arts, but specific ones like Gengar, Blaziken. I know these ones have risen very high in the past few weeks / months, but those are two of probably my favorite artworks of the Sword and Shield era. Possibly the Giratina and Umbreon, but those two are a little bit too high, a little bit too expensive. I'd probably rather pick up the Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies. But yeah, a lot of the V alts, I think they have a little bit more room to grow, so that's also probably sort of a play that I'm going to try to be going for. Hence picking up a couple of the Rayquaza Vs, picking up a couple of the Dragonites, which has also gone really up lately. We have a few of the Umbreon Vs, one in Japanese as well. That's another thing too, is stepping aside again, I do believe that Japanese is a little bit too low. I might be going towards picking up a few more Japanese cards. Not entirely sure which specific ones yet. I mean, obviously the Ponchos and Pretend Pikachus and Pikachu promos, those are always great pickups. But specifically speaking, if I'm going to go for Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield, probably not anything from Scarlet Violet right now. And I'm not even sure if I want to pick up anything from 151 in Japanese. But we will see what comes at the show. Blaziken, we have one in PSA 10. And a couple of Arceuses and one Moltres. Unfortunately in a 9. But let's go over some points about what my goals are for this show. So it's going to be my first time meeting a few of the people from Discord, actually. We have a small Discord, and we message there often, and it's going to be cool. We're going to be vending together. Our whole section is going to be a group of friends, so that's going to be exciting. They have banger cards, by the way. I'm probably the smallest person in terms of card value that is going to be in our section. Our section is loaded. They are amazingly nice people, but they also have amazingly nice cards. So come check out their cards. Come check out what they're bringing. It's gonna be a fun time. This one is not alt art. I know. It's just a cool card. I just got this last week, and I was like, wow, might as well just show it off in a 9. Pretty cool. First time owning this card as well. We do have an Aerodactyl. We only have one of these. This one was something I was actively searching for very hard. So we have 4 Lugias. 3 10s, 1 9. I've probably gone through about 10 or 12 Lugias at this point. Sold a majority of them very low. But it was what it was at the time. Who knew that Lugia was going to pop off the way it was? It surprised me. I do love the artwork. I do love the Pokemon. Lugia is one of my favorite Pokemon. But I just didn't think with the God Tins and with the way that Silver Tempest was kind of playing out that it would explode this quick. So I don't know. It caught me by surprise. But thankfully we were able to capture a couple of these. See what kind of vendors, local vendors show out, local crowd, and see how it is. Have a few Leafeons here, 2 10s. This card in particular, a little story about this card. So this card, I thought it was undervalued for a long time, and I'm pretty sad that I only picked up 2. The raw copies of this card currently are going for, I believe, 350 to 400, and the 10s are only doing around 450. So this is a perfect example of something that I actively try to seek out maybe a week or 2 before it gets to this exact point, because the raw is catching up to the PSA 10s too quickly. So in my opinion, the PSA 10s are undervalued. And that usually means that there's going to be some sort of either buyout of the PSA 10s, or there's going to be some cooling on the raw prices. Because for English, at least, it's very tough for a PSA 10 to be that close to a raw price. So I was really trying to grab these when they were 300, 350, because I felt like the 10s have a lot of room to grow. You take the Umbreon V. So I have an example, Umbreon V, and I think at the time it's 180, maybe 200 raw, and it's doing about the same in PSA 10. Same thing with the Dragonite. It's close. Maybe it's not 450, maybe it's 420, 400, but the price in raw to PSA 10 does not make sense for the Leafeon. Everything else kind of has its place. 200 raw, 350 to 400 and a 10. That's kind of the norm. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Leafeon in the next week. We may or we may not put these out because I feel like this is a play. A couple of the Vs. I have a couple of the Vs raw as well for Leafeon. This was also another play that I kind of caught onto a little bit early. I saw the VMAXs were making moves, especially with the Umbreon and the Rayquaza. So I went after a little bit of the cheaper Vs, thinking that it's going to have some sort of movement, some sort of effect when it trickles down. At the time, these 9s and the raws were only doing about 60 to 70 bucks, and I think now they're over 100. So decent play there. And another play that I kind of went after was the Espeon, but from Japanese. So this is the promo. Got 4 of them here from EV Heroes gem box, and I feel like these are just too undervalued comparatively to the Fusion Strike. I know the Fusion Strike, you have to pull it. This one was a promo, but just being in Japanese and being in EV Heroes, I feel like it's a little bit undervalued. So I think these are like 250, maybe a little bit more at the time. I think it has room to grow. EV Heroes is still slightly down in terms of where the Umbreon stands as well. It's very close to English now. It used to be almost 2-3x that of English. So we'll see what happens with these. Hopefully these go up in the future. We have 4 of them, but if it doesn't move, I understand as well. Japanese is in a hard place right now. But I do think it has an angle to rebound on. So that kind of takes us to the end of this short video that I just wanted to give you guys, a little sneak peek at, and to see if anyone actively out there is searching for any of these cards or want any of these cards, and we can kind of get something going, or at least some of the inventory that I'm bringing down, so that you have an idea of, hey, maybe he has this card that I was looking for, or that I wanted to buy or trade or anything like that. So I thought maybe this video would be a little bit helpful. Like I said, I'm gonna have anywhere from 350 to 400 slabs. These were probably more of the higher end. Everything else, a little bit cheaper, a little bit in the bulk category. A lot of One Piece that's going to be sub 100. We do have a One Piece binder, and we're going to have a decent amount of sealed product. We're going to have some Van Gogh stuff, so be on the lookout for that. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope to see you guys in Collecticon Orlando. I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this show for weeks, if not months now. Even when I was doing Houston, I was already looking forward to coming down to Orlando and seeing how this show plays out over there. If you guys give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much.